Have you heard of the ILO C190? This video will help you understand it. This is Convention number 190 of the International Labour Organization, the Violence and Harassment Convention, an international treaty which became effective in July 25, 2021. It recognizes the right of everyone to a world of work free from violence and harassment, including sexual and gender-based violence. It says that violence and harassment at work is a human rights violation and a threat to equal opportunities. It also sets out a framework for governments, employers, and workers to prevent and eliminate violence and harassment in all their forms, and emphasizes the protection of vulnerable and marginalized groups such as gender minorities. The ILO Convention also promotes zero tolerance for violence and harassment and says that everyone must refrain from, prevent, and address workplace harassment and provide support to victims and promote awareness and education on these issues. The ILO C190 recognizes that gender-based violence and harassment disproportionately affect women and girls and calls for an inclusive and gender-responsive approach to address it. Did you know that employers can be held liable under the ILO C190? You can sue employers for non-action or negligence. Sri Lanka is now committed to aligning its labor laws with global standards recognized in the ILO C190. Did you know the Vishaka vs. State of Rajasthan case recognized that even in the absence of domestic law, international law could act as a guide to guarantee gender equality, right to work with human dignity, and safeguards against sexual harassment. Let's look at a testimonial on the importance of awareness raising.
A private sector company educated its employees about sexual harassment and made it easier to report. It was found that complaints increased in comparison to the time when employees were only asked to sign an anti-sexual harassment policy as part of their contract. This doesn't mean there were more incidents, it means people felt safer reporting them.
Say no to violence in workplaces, at home, and in public spaces. Sexual harassment equals discrimination.
This video is made possible by the support of the American people through the United States Agency for International Development, also known as USAID. The content of this video is the sole responsibility of the Women Parliamentarians Caucus and the Sectoral Oversight Committee on Children, Women and Gender of the 9th Parliament of Sri Lanka and does not necessarily reflect the views of USAID or the United States government.